The story begins with a voice message from a teacher named Granger, expressing his condolences over the death of Bo's mother.
Bo, it's Mr. Granger. I called as soon as I heard. I'm so sorry.
With their father having passed away long ago, Bo and his younger sister Tina are now completely on their own. At school, Bo is known as a smart student, especially when it comes to technology. His talent even earns him a scholarship offer to study electrical engineering. But Bo makes a painful choice. He turns it down so he can stay close to Tina, who is still very young and depends on him. Before long, Bo is trying to survive in Los Angeles as a street magician, using card tricks and clever performances to make ends meet for the two of them. But his magic goes beyond simple sleight of hand. He can move metal objects with ease, a skill he once uses to impress a girl named Holly. He even makes metal float above his palm, leaving her completely amazed. This is where his secret begins to show. Welcome to Sleight. This ability comes from a homemade electromagnetic device that Bo secretly implanted into his arm years earlier. His thumb works as a negative pole, while his other fingers act as positive ones. The power comes at a cost, though, since Bo has to regularly treat the wound on his shoulder caused by the implant. To earn extra money, Bo takes an even bigger risk by becoming a drug dealer. Whenever he goes out to work, he asks his neighbor Georgie to look after Tina at home. Georgie is the only one who knows about this dangerous side of Bo's life. That night, Bo sells drugs to his regular client Luna, the owner of a nightclub who plans to resell them to band members and party guests. At first, the deal goes smoothly, but during another exchange outside, Bo nearly gets caught by the police. Using his magician skills, he calmly hides the drugs through a clever trick and walks away without raising suspicion. The next day, while checking the money in his bag, Bo finds a small surprise. Holly has slipped in a piece of paper with her phone number on it. Later, Bo meets his boss Angelo to pick up a new supply of drugs. Angelo rewards him with a bonus for successfully selling everything before. He then gives Bo a new task to find out who another supplier is, someone bold enough to sell drugs cheaper in their territory. Bo quickly heads to a bar where he spots the rival dealer. With fast hands and perfect timing, he steals the man's phone. Moments later, Bo calls Angelo and reports the name of the competing supplier, Maurice. The following day, Bo meets Holly at a coffee shop. They spend time talking, getting to know each other better. Holly shares how she is juggling college and work, while Bo opens up about losing both of his parents and how he now lives only with his sister. Not long after, Bo suddenly gets a call from Angelo, demanding that he come see him immediately. With no real choice, Bo excuses himself and leaves. Thankfully, Holly does not get upset. Even though it is only their first date, she understands that Bo has things he cannot avoid. When Bo meets up with Angelo and his crew, he realizes this is not just a simple meeting. That very night, they plan to storm Maurice's base, fully armed. Bo is even handed a gun. Once they arrive, weapons are drawn right away. At first, Angelo tries to keep things calm and talks business. But Maurice and his men respond aggressively, pushing Angelo over the edge.
Sit the fuck down!
Get up.
We could be friends. We really could.
He lashes out and violently beats one of Maurice's crew. Angelo then makes his terms clear. Maurice can only sell drugs supplied by Angelo, and Angelo will take 30% of the profits. If Maurice refuses, he and his entire crew will be killed. What Bo just witnessed shakes him deeply. He starts questioning his decision to join Angelo's gang. Back when he signed on, Angelo had promised a non-violent operation, and now that promise is clearly gone. The next day, Bo goes back to his routine, roaming the city and performing street magic to earn extra money. Later, Holly calls and asks him out again. Bo promises to pick her up the following night and have dinner together at his place. That evening, while Bo is having dinner at home with Tina, Georgie, and Holly, Angelo suddenly shows up and introduces himself. He then pulls Bo aside for a private talk. Angelo orders Bo to take part in another attack on Maurice, since Maurice is still selling drugs without going through him. Reluctantly, Bo makes an excuse about work and leaves the three of them at home. Not long after, Maurice is captured as he steps out of a bar with several women. He is dragged back to Angelo's base. Without hesitation, Angelo grabs a large knife and orders Bo to cut off Maurice's hand.
Bo!
Afterward, Angelo drives Bo home and invites him to a party at his headquarters the following week. He also supplies Bo with another pack of drugs to sell. Seeing how unstable and cruel Angelo has become, Bo decides he needs out. He does not want Tina, Holly, or Georgie anywhere near this danger. Bo's plan is simple but risky. He wants to make as much money as possible and leave the city for good. He mixes Angelo's drugs with baking soda to double his profits, hoping to use the money to escape with Tina and finally break free. Georgie warns him that the plan is extremely dangerous, reminding him that Angelo will never let him walk away so easily. The next night, after finishing another drug deal, Holly shows up at Beau's place. She has just had a fight with her mother, who has a history of being abusive. Holly opens up about her life, and as the night goes on, the two of them grow closer, eventually sharing a kiss. The following morning, Holly becomes curious about the device attached to Beau's arm. Beau explains that his inspiration came from a magician he once saw as a child. That magician could stab his own hand with a knife without bleeding. The truth was far darker. He had repeatedly driven a blade into his hand over many years until it left a permanent hole that eventually dried out. He then covered it with fake skin so the audience would never know. To Beau, a true magician is someone willing to do what no one else dares in order to create something extraordinary. That belief is what led him to implant an electromagnetic device into his arm, allowing him to perform impossible tricks like moving metal objects, even sliding chairs during his street performances. That night, Beau attends a party at Angelo's headquarters, surrounded by gang members and women. Suddenly, Angelo calls Beau into a private room. Without warning, Angelo attacks him and points a gun at him.
Now you're fucking me? So if you're following me, that's 45K.
Angelo has heard complaints from a customer about the drugs being mixed with baking soda. He demands compensation of $45,000 to be paid within a week. If Beau fails, Angelo threatens to kill him and everyone close to him. Shaken, Beau rushes home. He finally tells Holly everything, from his work as a drug dealer to the danger he is now in with Angelo. Instead of turning away, Holly chooses to stand by him. She offers to help raise the money, encouraging Beau to sell his belongings and keep performing street magic to earn as much as possible. After nearly a week, Beau manages to gather $35,000. Holly even contributes some money from her education savings. Still, it is not enough, and Beau has only one night left. Desperate, he searches for a way to get the remaining money fast. Not long after, Luna calls asking to buy drugs again. When Beau arrives, he notices Luna opening a safe to take out cash and carefully memorizes the code. Once they leave the room, Beau discreetly steals the key from Luna's pocket. Pretending to excuse himself, Beau heads off alone. Using his electromagnetic power, he alters the angle of the security cameras so they cannot see him. He then opens the safe using the code he memorized and empties it completely. Moments later, one of Luna's friends unexpectedly enters the room, but Beau manages to hide in time. Once things settle down, Beau returns to the bar, casually giving the key back to its place while ordering a drink. Unfortunately, Maurice and his men are also there. They recognize Beau immediately and give chase, seeking revenge. A violent pursuit follows, ending with Beau being caught and beaten unconscious. When Beau regains consciousness, he finds himself locked inside the trunk of a car, his hands secured with handcuffs. Using his electromagnetic ability, he easily breaks free and climbs out, but his relief is short-lived. The stolen cash from the safe is already gone, taken by Maurice and his crew. Beau rushes home and immediately moves Tina to Georgie's place, hoping it will be safer there. His fears prove justified. Not long after, Angelo and his men storm Beau's house, only to find it empty. Angelo then calls Beau, demanding the $45,000 he is owed. Beau claims he is close to getting the money and asks for more time. In response, Angelo adds another $5,000 in interest. With nothing left to sell, Beau feels completely trapped. Holly urges Beau to leave the city with Tina as soon as possible, promising that she will follow and start a new life with them. Her support only strengthens Beau's resolve, knowing she truly believes in him. The next day, as Beau goes to pick Tina up from school, he is hit with devastating news. Angelo has kidnapped Tina and will only release her once the money is handed over. Desperate, Beau seeks out his former high school teacher, Mr. Granger, asking for help to push his electromagnetic device to its limits. Mr. Granger is shocked to learn that Beau implanted a crude machine into his own arm, causing serious injury. Still, he agrees to help. Together, they upgrade the device, connecting it to an additional power unit hidden inside a backpack. The electromagnetic force becomes far stronger, but the metal inside Beau's arm now heats up dangerously. With no other choice, Beau heads to Angelo's headquarters. Holly waits outside, ready to call the police if Beau does not return within 30 minutes. Inside the base, Beau uses his power to rip a metal tooth from one of Angelo's men from a distance. He then attacks the others, swinging a metal baseball bat controlled by the electromagnetic force. Angelo soon appears, furious at what he sees as Bo's complete lack of respect, especially after everything he has done to help him make money. But Bo no longer cares. Tina should never have been dragged into this. Enraged, Angelo fires his gun at Bo, only for Bo to stop the bullet midair. Bo then turns the bullet against Angelo, pressing it to his forehead and forcing him into submission.
He's with my aunt. Where? Okay, stop. She's fine. Where is she?
Terrified, Angelo finally reveals that Tina is being held at her aunt's house. Before leaving, Bo hands over $15,000, the normal price for 1 kilogram of drugs. He then rushes to the address with Holly. Thankfully, Tina is safe. Overwhelmed with emotion, Bo breaks down in tears, relieved that he has finally saved his sister. He is also grateful for Holly, whose support never wavered. With the money he has left, Bo moves to San Diego with Tina and Holly. Tina and Holly return to school there, while Bo continues his life as a traveling street magician. And with that, the story comes to an end. So the moral of the story is if you turn down a college scholarship, implant magnets in your arm, and sell drugs to impress a crush, your life will become a very expensive magic trick that nobody clapped for.